about this upcoming Mercury retrograde that I wanted to mention. There's actually a couple different energies that are involved in this retrograde in Aries, and so Mercury is in Aries, and it met up with the North Node, which is our destiny point, our direction that we're collectively moving toward to let go of those Libra tendencies of people pleasing and comparing ourselves to others, codependence, and we're moving toward independence and self-reliance, and can also be, Aries is a warrior as well, so it could be, really taking the initiative, that impulsive initiative to stick up for ourselves and just kind of be that bitch, some people have that tendency of letting things slide, which is, people pleasing, very Libra, sacrificing our own needs for others. And so there's going to be, and if you already do that, then there's going to be like a balancing out of that energy. So whatever your energy requires is going to be the, it's like that supplemental energy, whether it's more or less. So it just depends on your own chart. And a lot of the times you can see it, how it's like squared by some other energies that are asking you to kind of temper it. But anyway, that's another topic. But at the moment, and it will be officially retrograde on the 1st of April at 27 degrees of Aries. And along the way, it's going to meet up with Chiron. Actually, Mercury already met up with Chiron today at 18 degrees. 18 degrees? Yes. And so that was when the moon was in Leo. And those are two fire signs, Leo and Aries. And so there's like this compatibility or this easy flow of energies with the fire signs. And so Leo is also a very impulsive energy. So speaking from the heart, acting, doing from the heart. And so this first pass with Mercury and Chiron meeting up is like the first initiating attempt at this, it's kind of like this process of healing our wounds. Our, Chiron and Aries is really talking about feeling insecure about who we are, like who we say we are, who we think we are, being who we are instinctively, as opposed to Libra South Node, like what other people expect from us and what we've always known to be, like based on outside influences, whether that's, family, work, spouse, children, whatever it might be, even like social media as well, or just media in general, like just anything outside of yourself. And so this is like a process of understanding and communicating who we instinctively know we are. And so with this second pass, when Mercury retrogrades back over Chiron again, it'll be at 19 degrees, and the moon, and by the way, the ruler of Aries is Mars, and currently during the first pass, Mars is in Aquarius, and so it's a lot of mental activity and like probably doing a lot of like thinking, researching, going outside of, thinking outside of the box and gaining more information and wisdom, whether that's like seeking, mentors, or any kind of information where you're wanting to kind of validate what you feel you are, which is Aries identity. But the second pass, when Mercury connects with Chiron during the retrograde phase, it'll be at 19 degrees, and that's going to be when the moon is in Cancer, and then Mars will be in Pisces. And so Pisces and Cancer are two water signs. It's going to be super emotional. There could be it's there's a process of a course of action where you find something that doesn't work, and then there's an emotion about it, you feel a certain way about it, and then you take action. And so it's kind of that same process. This first pass before Mercury retrogrades is that crisis where it's like, okay, no, this doesn't work. And then as we get to the second conjunction, when Chiron meets with Mercury, it'll be the moon in Cancer and Mars in Pisces. So it'll activate that emotion in us. And it's going to probably be super uncomfortable and internal. It's going to be like an inward struggle, and in connection to how we relate to others and our jobs and our spouse, family, like whatever is around us. And it can easily be seen, or it can be seen easier when you look at your chart and you can look at where Aries and Libra are in your chart, like what house they fall in. And so it'll be super emotional. That's going to be on the 15th of April. And of course there's going to be these building energies up to the 15th, up to the time Mercury meets up with Chiron again. And then on the 18th, there's a lot of energies playing during this time. Venus is going to be in the mix, and so Venus and Mercury will meet up at 17 degrees on the 18th. And in the sign of Aries, Venus in Aries wants to do things in a way that builds her own ego. So this is kind of like an ego boosting kind of energy. So Venus enters Aries on the 4th of April, and so during that time she'll be moving closer to the conjunctions with the North Node and Chiron and Mercury. So this is going to be a time when we are going to really realize the value in our independence, and how we actually are able to fill our own cup when we realize how self-reliant we are, and like the independence that we attain can give us an ego boost. And that's going to be communicated when Mercury meets up with Venus. So we have the North Node, Chiron, Mercury, and then Venus all collaborating and coordinating the energies so that we can move toward our destiny, which is the North Node. We can heal our old wounds in regard to who we think we are, who we feel we are authentically. And Venus is going to be able to make sure we are receiving those blessings that confirm and validate our instincts. And when Mercury goes direct on the 25th, it will pass over, it'll just barely meet up with the North Node to the minute. They'll both still be at 15 degrees. And 15 is connected to Gemini, which is all about communication and thinking and learning. So we're going to be learning a lot during this time. And April 20th is also when Jupiter meets up with Uranus. And so there's going to be these sudden events, downloads. Like Jupiter is also considered to be like a guru kind of energy. So wisdoms, there could be the like unexpected downloads, just like sudden epiphanies. And because Jupiter expands, and with Uranus, like that is related to, that's the ruler of Aquarius. That can be like mind-blowing wisdoms that we that are presented to us. It's like the veil, the curtain is completely torn down, is how I see it. So it's going to be a very, we need to hold on to our bridges during this time, and so that's why it's really important to like have those practices that help us stay grounded and centered, so that we don't, like, we're able to still keep our, keep our cool and like not jump off the bridge, basically. And so it's all good though. These are epiphanies that are bringing us to our destiny, and it's like bringing us to a collective, consciousness, like an awareness of how we have the power. And the elites, the like 1%, have been in power and have been abusing it for so long. And so now that we're going to have this awareness, it's going to be a huge wake-up call. And so when Mercury goes direct on the 25th, things will have moved forward, and we will be regaining our, like our bearings during this time. And the shadow period after Mercury goes direct will be until the 13th of May. So Mercury will be passing back over those degrees from the 15th through the 27th. So those degrees are going to be revisited for the third time. And that's kind of like that, solidification of those decisions and epiphanies and communications that were not so stable during the retrograde, if that makes sense. So it's going to be, it can be very unsettling, of course, because Mercury has everything to do with communication, travel, commerce, exchanges. So going from point A to B, whether that's physically or with a message, details just need to be like looked at a few times over before the send button is hit. So crossing the T's, dotting the I's is really important. Take the time to pause and review so that edits can be made, just to save yourself and like everyone else involved. So save everyone some energy. If things do happen to fall through the cracks, it's not in our best interest to harp on those. Just like correct it and move forward. There's no it's like it's really unproductive to spend so much energy and time on like who, what, why this happened, like the blame game. Once we realize that the mistake has happened, or whatever it might be, we can correct it and move forward, like so that we can keep on moving, like just keep it moving. So I just wanted to mention those few things about the retrograde. And if you are a Virgo or Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Rising, this Mercury retrograde, as with all Mercury retrogrades, anything that Mercury does is going to affect you personally. And with Venus in the mix as well, Taurus and Libra will be, we will see those energies affect Libras and Taurus. So, but everybody's going to feel this because these are collective energies. It just depends on your chart, how they play out for you personally. And in Aries, which is a fire sign, the other fire signs, Sagittarius and Leo, are going to feel, natural flow with this impulsivity, and could also be, you know, like speaking up louder. I mean, fire signs are kind of known for that anyway. Cardinal signs, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn, which are, you know, those four signs all want to initiate and all want to, it's kind of like being at a four-way stop where each of the signs, Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn, want to go at the same time. But, you know, we have to obey some rules of the road, so it can be a little frustrating because not everyone communicates the same way. So yeah, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn will feel the square or the opposition to these impulsive, aggressive, loud energies. So that's another thing to consider, and, you know, give some graces for yourself as well as others, and stay grounded and stay hydrated, stay centered. So yeah, hope that was helpful and makes sense. Okay, anyway, yeah, I will see you on the next one, and take care.